So we meet the new Mrs. Elton, and the first meeting with her is her and Harriet and Mr. Elton and Emma. And there's just sort of this awkwardness and silence because everybody knows everybody's positions, and it's just weird. The second meeting with her is at the Woodhouse estate. And she's constantly comparing it to the estate where she came from. And it's, oh, they are so very much the same. A lot of people take offense to, oh, this is like that. Um, and some people use this is like that as a method to connect. And this is one of those places where you have communication disconnects, where somebody's thinking that they're saying something nice when it's actually just abhorrent to the other person. And so this is something that you have to watch out for. Some people do use this as a method of saying, "Oh yes, this is nice. This is like this summer house, but not quite as fancy." And there's a lot of people who use it snobbishly. And the people who take offense often view the "this is like that" as the snobbishness. Though sometimes there are people who this is like that, so I'm comfortable with this. Who use it as a method of trying to connect. It's like, oh yes, that's just like ours. We perfect place to put the stairs. Like, yeah, there's only so many places stairs can go, and unless it's like a completely stupid pants on head, stupid way of putting stairs someplace, stairs are pretty much going to be where they need to be. Because it's like you put the stairs and then you build the house around the stairs because stairs are one of those things that you just can't go and move. You can move closets, you can move furniture, you can move walls. Stairs do not get moved. Um, so it's like you put the stairs down, you put the rest of the house in. When AccuWeather was being built, the stairways were the first thing up. It's like you had the stairways in place and the elevator, or the elevator shaft. The elevator came in fairly late, but you had the stairs in place, the elevator shaft, and then the floors of the building and the roof appeared around the stairs. Um, but anyway, this is one of those things that it's like, don't take offense if someone uses the, oh, this is like that. Um, just assume that they're trying to connect to you. Um, Always try to assume the best of people. Um, because you either have people who are doing this out of awkwardness and trying to connect, or you have people who are trying to be mean and do it out of spite. If you assume they're just being friendly and trying to connect, you calm the people who are trying to connect, and you anger the people who are trying to do it out of spite because they're expecting you to be jealous and they're expecting to get a reaction. And so if you don't get the reaction, if you don't give them the reaction that they're seeking, if you don't act like, oh yes, my tar paper shanty is just like your gardener's shed, if you don't react to that, then they get upset, which is kind of a win-win. That's one of those things. It's like sometimes being nice can be the meanest thing you can do, and that brings a little joy to my heart. I know it's terrible. So anyway, Emma is just taking all sorts of offense, but Miss Elton maybe is trying to be nice. I mean, the way it was phrased was, "Oh yes, this is a nice house with huge grounds, just like back at Maple Grove." And just saying just like that is okay. Um, they talked about going to Bath. Now, Bath is a place in England known for mineral springs and hot springs. So, this was a place for the rich and famous to get together around the hot springs. And so Mrs. Elton said, "Oh, yes, you can come out with my friend. My friend Mrs. whatever. And she can lead you around and introduce you to people." And Emma's like, "As if. I don't need to be introduced to people. I don't need to be introduced by this friend of yours. I could do this stuff myself. I don't need it." And then they moved on to a music society. And a music society might be a great thing. Because, there are a number of people who've been somewhat involved with music. Jane Fairfax would be a great addition to the music society. Um, we don't know how well Mrs. Elton plays. Mr. Elton says she plays wonderfully, but, Mr. Elton married her and is somewhat obligated to say she's wonderful. Mrs. Elton says that Emma plays better, though she's never really heard Emma play. And Emma is mediocre and knows it. So this is the Music Society. As I said, it might be a great thing to get these people together to build on things. And Emma's thinking of Frank Churchill and seeing what he would have to say about her. Now, a couple of things also about Mrs. Elton that may not have been picked up on that were somewhat subtle. A few times she dropped French and Italian. And this is one of those class signifier things where if you use the foreign language elegantly and just sort of drop the phrase in, then, it's like, okay, this shows that I have experience in the outer world that you plebeians, you underlings, don't. And sometimes it's done to show status, and sometimes it's done inadvertently. And once again, we have Emma with the assumption that it was done to show status. And the way she talked about the carriages, I really think that was done as a status indicator of, oh yes, we have this really nice carriage that seats 4 people, and yeah, that was probably showing off. And this is another one of those sort of status indicator things. People who have money don't tell you that they have money. And it's like this becoming rich thing that it's like if you are poor and then you get money, you start telling people that you have money. If you have money and you come from money, then you don't tell people that you come from money. And there are subtle things that I am unaware of, but I know that they exist, where they signal of, oh, this is how much I have. And they don't go around flashing it, because once you get to a certain level of rich, once you get to the I own banks rich, I own railroads rich, I own cities rich. Well, people don't literally own cities, but they kind of do. When you get to that level of money, you kind of stop comparing it because you never really know how much. It's like, oh yes, that's nice. You own a palace. I own Monaco. Monaco is a principality, and it's owned by Prince Rainier. Anyway, Prince owns the entire country. But it's not a huge country. It can fit in Central Park. But it's a country, and, he runs it, and it's a rich country at that. Because it has casinos, and people go there to gamble, and the people there don't gamble. So when rich and famous people go someplace to gamble, they leave money there. And so the money just sort of piles up, um, which is a nice problem to have. Um, anyway, but so she's kind of flashing rich, which is sort of a I am new to money Gatsby thing. And I'm going back and forth on what the next book is going to be because we're over halfway through Emma. Um, and I'm going back and forth. Is it going to be Gatsby? Is it going to be Wuthering Heights? Is it going to be Pride and Prejudice? But maybe Gatsby will be next, or maybe Gatsby will be later. But there's a lot of signaling of this is money and this is not money, and Gatsby, and there's some of that in this too.